Hey everybody, Anthony Alfredo here. Today we're going to be setting up the Logitech G Pro wheel and the Logitech G Pro pedals so that we can actually use them on iRacing for the very first time. I'm looking forward to reviewing them and actually getting to experience this product firsthand now. Let's get right into it. Well, everybody, we've got the Logitech G Hub software open on our desktop, and we are going to go through the setup for the brand new Logitech G Pro racing wheel and racing pedals. We're going to go through this introduction, check it out. You can see all the different profiles that are selectable on the actual display that's on the wheelbase itself. You've got gas, clutch, handbrake, axis adjusters. Those actually all show up on that display screen on the hub, which is really neat. Here's your brake force. You can adjust these. You can also have some different bushing options, as well as different springs for your clutch and gas pedal, as I showed earlier. So here's our wheelbase. We've got plenty of mappable buttons, programmable switches, and dials on this wheel. So this is all default settings, but of course we could set all of our macro keys, map each actual button, switch, and dial on the wheel itself. If we go to the wheel itself, I've got it over here next to me, but I'll turn it so we see it's calibrated. It's rebounding every time I let go of the wheel. The operating range looks to be set to 1080 currently, but that obviously is adjustable with this slider right here. The damping effect on the wheel, the actual force feedback strength. This is a direct drive wheelbase, are using their true force physics is what they call it. So we can adjust the feel of this as we just steer and change these. It'll actually adjust live if we were to drag this. So we'll turn this up. That's pretty heavy right there. It maxes out at 11, and let me tell you, that's pretty heavy right there. That's a lot of feedback. So I think for myself, I'm going to start driving at 7.5. That's plenty of feel for me, pretty close to real life. Let's see what this feedback filter does. This goes all the way up to 15. I think this is something that we're going to notice more in sim, actually. So we'll go back down to 7, or we'll go to 8. It's about halfway. Of course, like I said, we have our damping, so that's going to smooth a lot of the effects out. But we're going to put that back at 10. I don't want a whole lot of that. In addition to our upshift and downshift paddles on the back of the steering wheel, we actually have clutch paddles. So we can set these in the Logitech G Hub. We have a clutch paddle on the left, you can see. They're lighting up right down here. There's your downshift, your upshift paddle behind the rim itself. But you can also make this gas, brake. You could drive with just the wheel on here like that, which is really cool. It's an awesome feature for anyone who may use that. You can do a handbrake on one of them, which is probably what I'll do with the right one, and use the left one as a clutch for an open wheel car. But I still have my clutch pedal, so there's really no real reason for me to use that, especially if I'm doing mostly stock car racing. But definitely a neat feature. You can see all our other products in here. I need to get my brand new keyboard mouse set up next, and then all of my Logitech G products will be right here in the Logitech G Hub. And then, of course, we can go check out some of the pedal options, which is right here on the left as well. You have sensitivity for all of your pedals, and then you can adjust your brake force electronically through the Logitech G Hub software right here. I'm going to use my foot right here. We'll see that these are operating properly. It actually lights up as you press them, which is pretty neat. And then I'm going to leave the default settings. I like the way everything is right now, both electronically and physically with some of the setting options we have. Got our light sync. There's actually lights above the little display screen on the actual wheelbase itself. So you've got some information that pops up here, but these lights will also work in sim or on whatever racing game you're playing accordingly, which is really neat. So without further ado, let's get into a session on iRacing and try driving with these brand new pedals and wheel. Okay, as you can see, we've joined an iRacing test session. I'm in a NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series car, a Watkins Glen. Figured this would be a good way to get some left and rights in to really appreciate the wheel, and of course a lot of braking zones, so I could use all the pedals. We're gonna push the clutch in, upshift to first gear, roll off pit road. We have this clutch down here too. See, as you can tell, you got that paddle if you want to use it. But I'm gonna use my actual clutch pedal. I'm gonna come off pit road here. I'm not sure why my pit exit line is on, but we're gonna roll with it. I can already feel this wheel is solid. This is a great upgrade from your current Logitech G wheel, as well as the pedal set. I mean, these are not sliding around at all underneath me. Let's see if we can go into a heavy braking zone, how it'll be, how they'll react. Pretty solid. I'll probably mess around a little bit with how I calibrate them in sim, just so I can get the amount of effort right for me behind the wheel. I got the settings where I want them in the Logitech G Hub. But man, this stuff feels really nice. Nice force feedback when I get into a little slide. Try to force ourselves into one right here. Oh, it just got tight, so didn't really have the opportunity to feel a slide. But that little one earlier felt really solid. Just the way the wheel fought back, but didn't overreact. Here we go. We're crashing. Pretty nice. It's not overwhelming, which I actually enjoy. It's just enough to where when you're driving, you can feel what the car's doing and you could react accordingly. But in a wreck like that, it's not going to freak out when you hit the wall or anything overwhelming like that. Nothing too dramatic. So that's definitely something that stands out to me a lot that I like. Especially if you're racing at your desk like I am. My desk isn't super sturdy. It's a really cheap desk, actually. So an instant like that, you don't want it to go flying around, shake all your monitors and everything. The wheelbase is plenty secure with that clamp. It's not even bolted down. But just the actual force feedback, you don't want to be throwing stuff all over the place. So now we're at none other than Bristol Motor Speedway, one of the fastest high bank short tracks in the world, and that's on the NASCAR circuit. We're going to give this a shot to really appreciate the load we can feel with this true force feedback on this wheel. A couple different ways you could run this track. You could run really high in the corner like that, or you could run low on the bottom. But one thing I notice already is when I enter the corner and the front end loads up, I could feel all that weight, G-force, and the load on the front tires very well, which I like, in addition to, of course, just increasing tension the further through the corner you get. This has a really nice feeling as you enter the corner. I'd actually probably turn the force feedback down a little bit here, just so my arms don't get so tired. But this feels really solid. It's very smooth. Of course, you can adjust it more with your damping settings. A little slide right there, a little counter steer. How to get out of it on exit. Yeah, this, for such a fast, high-load racetrack, there's plenty of feedback. It's smooth and not abrupt, but you have all the feel you need. I just really like how consistent it is, especially when you get into a slide. Nothing sneaks up on you. Even that feedback brushing the wall right there in the corner. It's consistent top to bottom, and there's plenty of feel, which is great. I mean, this is a high-stress test right here, running at a track like this. That's solid. I like that a lot. Well, everybody, that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, along with any feedback you may have. Also, let me know what other content you'd like to see me produce with the Logitech G Pro wheel and pedal set. I hope you all enjoyed. I appreciate the support as always, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.